Організація КУК – одна з найбільших у Канаді. Чи чули ви про цю організацію? Якщо ні, то я коротко скажу, що КУК перекладається або розшифровується краще як Конгрес українців Канади. Сьогодні я маю щасливу нагоду поговорити з паном Робертом Герчаком, який довгий час був активним діячем в КУКу. І зараз він нам розкаже, що таке КУК, взагалі про КУК зсередини.
Щиро дякую. Я Богдан Herchak, я тут вже мешкаю в Вікторії від 82 року. Ми почали відділ КУКу Вікторії десь коло 88 чи 9 року під підтримком головою провінційної ради Іван Сташюк, і він нам дуже поміг відновити і почати відділ тут КУК Вікторія. Як почали, то було 6-7 організацій належали до КУК. Ми мали маленький board of directors. Зараз почали організувати різні справи політичними і економічними. Я буду перекладати від української до англійської мови часом. We became involved in planning with the provincial government and with city council activities such as the Holodomor, such as the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. We had a major symposium at the University of Victoria that we planned along with the University of Victoria. We took part in all the annual Tarashchenko days. Primarily, we served as a spokesbody for the broader Ukrainian community in Greater Victoria. Right now, according to Canadian statistics, there are approximately 14,000 people of Ukrainian descent in Greater Victoria. There are and were a number of Ukrainian organizations here. Я радий казати, що ми дуже спільно працювали між собою і допомагали одного другого. І ті, що належали до нашого відділу, вони прийшли від різних організацій. We did help each of the organizations in planning their activities. The Ukrainian Cultural Center is the largest of the organizations. However, its activities are limited in the sense that it is a cultural center to plan activities at the center, not necessarily beyond the community that would have involved political involvement or at the university level. We engaged in a number of activities, as I mentioned, and we did that with a lot of support. By being able to speak on behalf of the Ukrainian communities, it was possible for us to gain access to politicians and others that we would not have been able to do as a single organization. We, as a branch of Victoria branch of KUK, we were automatically members of the Provincial Council of KUK, Ukrainian Canadian Congress. After several years, I became the president of the Provincial Council, and my position here in Victoria was passed on to Mr. Oleg Dubik. He kept that position for another 5 or 6 years. Unfortunately, after about 15 years or so, there wasn't sufficient interest of people to continue on the executive of KUK, and we in turn chose to disband, and the provincial council accepted our decision, and we unfortunately lost an important voice in the community in terms of what we could do. Right now, there appear to be a number of things that are on the horizon that we can and should be involved in politically, and that means working with the city councils, and particularly with the provincial government. When I indicate that, one of the strengths that we here would have as a Victoria branch is that we have immediate access to members of parliament that are here in Victoria, as well as to city council, and because that we in the Ukrainian community as organizations are fairly well known, it would make it possible for us to do that. I may give you an example of an activity that took place last year with the 125th anniversary of Ukrainian settlement in Canada. A major display was held at the Royal British Columbia Museum, and that took a fair amount of planning involving the museum, the provincial government, and other members. Much of that work was done by the provincial Cook Council. Unfortunately, they also sensed that it would have been so much easier if they would have had a local representative here to meet face to face with some of the politicians. In the past, we have had the ambassador from Ukraine visit in Victoria, and the last time, unfortunately, there was nobody here in an official capacity to formally greet him, and that's something that we would hope that we could correct by having a Victoria branch here.
Справді, це так досить відкрило мені очі на ситуацію, тому що я думала, от є український центр, і люди так досить активно останній рік, навіть 2 роки, почали підтягуватися український центр. І питання завжди було, а нащо нам ще КУК? А справді, якщо діяльність українського центру обмежена, то КУК, напевно, буде більше вирішувати питання з муніципалітетом, з владою міста, так?
Так. As we move forward and take on those activities, one of the benefits to having a local branch here is we would immediately gain access to a lot of information that the provincial council gets from the national body on things that are affecting the Ukrainian community throughout Canada, but also in British Columbia, and how we could become very much of a part of that. That we do want to extend and expand our exposure within the broader community, and to make people more aware of who we are as Ukrainian Canadians, what role we have in the fabric of our society, and how we can expand that. But also it's to make people of Ukrainian background who may be marginally involved in recognizing who they are as Ukrainians, to give them a greater sense of identity and possibly exposure to becoming more aware of their background, their family history, and then to take a more active role in the community. We also would like to hope with our Ukrainian communities that we can expand some of this into the next generation, into the schools, into the libraries, at the university, and having said the latter part, one of our newest organizations that we're so pleased to welcome aboard is a newly formed Ukrainian Students Society in Victoria at the University of Victoria. That is the first Ukrainian Student Society formed in British Columbia that I'm aware of. So we're extremely pleased to have them join us, because they already have added a dimension in our community that we didn't have before in bringing young people aboard.
І сьогодні в українському центрі зібралося досить багато людей, які хочуть почути, чи варто їм продовжувати діяльність. Скажіть, ви готові продовжувати КУК у Вікторії, і як ви бачите свою роботу?
Today we are gathering a group of interested people that have expressed an interest in revitalizing a Cook branch in Victoria. And we've talked about this for the last year now. We feel that we're at a position that we can actually meet and form a preliminary board, and to be able to announce to the Provincial Council of Cook that yes, we are reestablished as a Victoria branch of Cook, and that we're happy to join this broader organization.
Дуже дякую, пане Роберте. І якщо у вас будуть питання, то, будь ласка, звертайтеся на наш голос, і ми сконтактуємо вас з людьми, які зможуть відповісти на ці питання. Дякую.